Hello? Hey everyone! Oh, I have a stray hair. That's going to drive me nuts. That's okay. So, I'm live here. I'm going to wait as people join in, but I'll introduce myself. My name is Anna Hellman. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My website, all of my Facebook and everything is called Scrapping, Stamping, and Stuff. So I welcome you tonight. We are going to celebrate the kickoff of the new Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. Woohoo! I'm pretty excited. I've been looking forward to this for months, and I know a lot of other people who have been too. Somebody actually put it exactly how I had been thinking of it here a week or two ago when I talked to them, and she said, I feel like it's a bright spot in a dark time. And I feel exactly the same way. The last couple of months have just kind of stunk. It's been hard, obviously, we all know that. And this is just something fun and exciting. You can do it at home, you can craft with your family or virtually with your friends. But it's just really fun, and it's always fun to have new products. So we are here tonight to celebrate and kick off new catalog ordering for 2020 and the 2021 catalog. So I'm going to be on here the next 2 hours or so, popping in with different videos and things to share. So I wanted to share with you some details now so that you all know what's happening. And all of this is going to be in a written post that I already shared. So same kind of information that I'm going to share right now, just so everybody knows what's happening. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'll share projects. I'm going to do a walkthrough of the catalog to point out some things and tell you a little bit about some of the products that are coming. I have a couple of giveaways we're going to do, and I am going to have an ordering special plus some other things. So that's what's going to happen tonight. If this will end up on YouTube, if you are watching this on YouTube, I just wanted to mention a couple of things. One, it's going to be a lot of information, so if you stick around for all of it, you're awesome if you watch all the way through to the end. And two, if you want to make sure you get to see these things live in the future, make sure you find my Facebook group. There's a fly flying around. They are driving me crazy today. My Facebook group is called Scrapping, Stamping, and Stuff, and you can find links to it on my website, scrappingstampingandstuff.com. And yeah, join in so next time you get to see this live. Also, the ordering links and hostess specials, things like that, those are not going to be relevant because you are watching this after the fact. So keep that in mind. I'm going to be talking about the catalog. If you have your own catalog, at one point I'm going to ask you to share a picture of it, of you with it. If you don't have a catalog and you would like one, well, I'll mention this first. There is a link in post number 1 for this party. Down at the bottom is a link to view the PDF. So if you don't have a catalog, you don't have to miss out. You can pull it up on your phone, you can pull it up on the computer or your tablet and look at it that way. If you want your own copy and you don't have one, if you order through me, I'll send you one in your thank you. The flies got me all flustered here. I'll send you a catalog in your thank you package, and then you will have your very own copy to see and flip through and mark up. As we go through here, you should grab a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil and mark down the items that you really like. Keep a wish list. Later on, I'm going to have a giveaway specifically I'm going to draw from the people who share a picture of their wish list. So make sure you're keeping a wish list as we go through here. The giveaways. To enter for the giveaways, all you have to do is comment on what is happening. If I ask you to share a picture, share a picture. If it's just a video or a post or something, just comment, and you will be, every time you comment, you're entered to win for my giveaway drawings. If you would like to order tonight or tomorrow morning, I have that special host code posted that is just valid through tomorrow, Thursday, June 4th at noon Eastern Standard Time. So you can use that. If you use that code, I'm going to have extra rewards for you. So I'm going to take all of the hostess rewards from the orders that come in and split them up according to how much you purchase. So let's say I get $1,000 in orders. Let's say you placed $100 of that order. So that's 10%. You are going to get about 10% of the hostess credit in products that I'm going to ship to you. So some of it may be new paper samples or new embellishments or ribbons. Some of it may be some things I have in my collection that are retired products. So it's going to be an assortment of things, but I want to reward you for your orders. So you're going to get your proportion of the hostess rewards back. What else? I feel like I missed something. Oh, if you're going to order more than $150, do not use that hostess code, because you're going to get, if you don't put a code in, you get those rewards back to you. So that is the best way to do it if your order is over $150. Two things I wanted to mention. We have a hostess special for the month of June. If you have an order or a party order over $250, you're going to get $25 bonus hostess credit, just because Stampin' Up! Is sharing the stamping goodness this month more so than normal. So I wanted to mention that if you have a big wish list and you want to gather some of your friends on Facebook sometime and I can share some things with them, you can earn rewards for that in June. In June, you can get some bonus rewards as well. We have a sign up special this month. There's a lot happening, a lot to keep up with. So, oh, I forget what the name is. It's like pick a free bundle sign up promotion or something, because if you sign up with Stampin' Up! This month to be a demonstrator or just get your products at a discount, you can do that. You get all of the normal sign up benefits, which are really, really great. You also get to add a bundle of your choice to the already amazing package for absolutely no additional cost. So I'm going to explain this a little bit more later. Stick around here towards the end. I will talk about that some more. If you have questions as we go through this, I'm going to be kind of busy, so if I don't get back to you during the party and answer things, please be patient. I'm going to try and answer everything afterwards. I struggle with looking at comments and focusing and doing all of that, so I'm going to try to answer questions if I can. If I don't, I'll do it between videos and afterwards. And last but not least, I'm going to have a numbering system for everything that happens tonight. Post number 1 through, I think, like 16 or so. So everything gets mixed up when people are commenting on different things. So I'm going to do it that way so that you can flip through and make sure you've seen all of them and you don't miss anything in the mix. So that's all. I'm going to stop yakking about boring stuff. We're going to start looking at some fun stuff. So I am going to sign off right here. I will be back shortly. And I have to look at my list to keep me on track, but I think we're going to do the catalog walkthrough next, and I'll flip through and show you some things. So thanks for joining in. I will see you again shortly. Hey everyone, this is Anna. I'm back. We are going to start our catalog walkthrough here. If you are watching this on YouTube, this is part of my catalog kickoff party in my Facebook group. And you are just seeing one snippet of it. So yeah, this is the cover of our new catalog. This very moment, I'm going to have to remember the name of this stamp set featured on the cover. I think it is called Lovely You. And hey, look at me. Look how organized I am. I did not plan this, but I'm going to pull it in because I actually just found it in 2 seconds. Very pretty stamp set. I love the colors they used here on the cover. I made some very simple stamping cards the other day with this set. I will show them to you. I used all Pretty Peacock ink and made these 3 card designs in just a few minutes. Started doing some of those videos where you can do 3 cards in just a very short amount of time. And that was with this Lovely You stamp set. So that is just the cover, and there's so much in here to see. So we're going to flip through the first few pages. I'll talk about them a little bit. Then we will travel on and I'll hit some highlights as we go through the catalog. So this is just the very first page here. We have some tool highlights on the inside of the cover. The new Pick-a-Punch, oh my goodness, best punch ever right there. Our trimmer, Stamparatus is amazing. And our new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the mini. And I'm going to mention right now, in case you have your heart set on ordering these now, they are not yet available. They will be available sometime soon. We don't know when yet, so keep that in mind. But I hear really good things about these. I cannot wait to get my hands on them and try them out. Okay, page 1, we have an index here with, or table of contents. So it highlights our product suites. We have the little logos down here at the bottom for our bundles, that if you buy a stamp and tool bundle set, you get 10% off. The red in means it is a new product. And we are highlighting our new in colors on this page. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. We have a welcome from our co-founder, Shelly. We have a little bit about the different types of stamps here on page 3. And this is kind of fun. If you do much stamping, it's fun to try some different techniques. And techniques do not have to be complicated at all. Some of them are very simple. So this is kind of fun, gives you some highlights of some different techniques on different pages you can check out. Flip over to page 4, and oh my goodness, I want this on my wall in my craft room. I love the colors. I love how they use so many of our different products to create these amazing flowers. I mean, that is just beautiful. So, someday that's going to be on the wall in my craft room. I don't know who's going to make it. I'm going to have to hire someone for that, I think, but okay, let's see. Anything on this page? Punches and dies. Just talking about a few different things. Pages 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 are kits. So I want to mention these. Paper Pumpkin is our monthly subscription kit that you can get in the mail. You can sign up and get it once. You can sign up and get it a bunch of times. But that is our subscription kit. These 2 kits on page 7 are all inclusive. If you are looking to get started stamping, or you would love to share something with someone as a gift and they don't have a lot of stamping supplies, these are awesome. They're all inclusive. They include a block for your stamps. They include stamps. They include ink. Everything you need except maybe adhesive. You may need some extra adhesive. So these are great gifts and great to get started. On pages 8 and 9, we have a couple of other kits. This one is a project kit, meaning these paper supplies are one kit. If you want to complete the cards as shown, you would also need these supplies down here. So there's a stamp set. It also shows the ink colors and the adhesives that are needed. You can substitute other stamps, of course, if you like the card kit, but don't want to get the stamp set, you can substitute a different one. Keep that in mind. Product medleys are, let's see, we've had a few of these now. This one, I love these colors. This is our new Misty Moonlight color, I think. But this comes with a whole bunch of coordinating products, but without set instructions for how to put them together for projects. So it comes with papers, stamps, embellishments, tags, dies. Did I say stamps? I'm not sure. But it comes with all the things, and then you get to decide what to do with them. But I am loving that. I can't wait to get that. Now we are on page 10, and we are starting here with product suites. I love our product suites. If you want to get started stamping a little bit more involved than buying just a basic kit, product suites are a really good place to start because you can get paper and stamps and other things that coordinate without having to look all through the catalog and find different things that fit together. So this is our Flowers for Every Season product suite. Here is our Flowers for Every Season paper pack. Love this. You're going to see a few projects tonight. with this, some sample cards. As you can see, we have flowers for every season, lots of flowers here. So I want to show you, there's 2 bundle sets that are a part of this product suite. So we have the Jar of Flowers bundle that has a jar punch that coordinates with this stamp set. We have the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set that coordinates with the Celebrate Sunflowers dies. So I've been playing around with these products. I want to show you a couple of samples. All of these projects I'm going to show here in the next few minutes, I have made videos showing you exactly how to make them. So keep that in mind. If you see something here you like, check out my YouTube channel or scroll back through in this Facebook group and you can find them. So here is, I used the little sunflower and made a wreath out of it. Love these sunflowers. That big sunflower is just amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this jar set is too much fun. I used that punch and I created a shaker card with it, with some window sheets here. So those are a couple of fun projects you can make with the Flowers for Every Season products. All right, we better pick it up a little. We're going to start flipping. And now I'm on page 16. I just thought I would mention this. Pay attention to these little logos you see throughout the catalog, these things. So this one, Distinctive, is a type of stamps that Stampin' Up! Has created to give a realistic feel for depth and changes in like shadows and things. So right here, this is one of our Distinctive sets. Also, reversibles are fairly new. Here you can see a reversibles logo where this image and this image are the exact same stamp, and how you want to stamp it depends on which side you stick onto the block and which side you have facing out. So these are really nice sets because you basically get twice the stamps for the same amount of money. So I thought I would mention that. Where are we headed next? Okay, I'm on page 22. Here's that lovely U stamp set I pointed out, and here is that punch. I am loving this punch, and I think I have a card right here I'm going to grab that I made using this punch. I forgot to pull that out. But it does 2 different ends and 3 different widths for each one. So this is just a very simple one, but you can make a wider one and mat it, and that would be very cool too. So there's a sample for the, I have to learn what they're called, Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. So another product suite, World of Good. This is one, we always have to have some masculine products. Men in our lives need cards and scrapbooks too, right? So this one has these beautiful papers. They have brass foil accents in them, really nice earth tones. And here you can see the stamp set that goes with it, Beautiful World. So I think this was this just yesterday when I made this video for these cards? But I love these. We have the brass paper. We have the, I think it's called the Old World embossing folder, I believe. And when you emboss that brass paper with that embossing folder, it's just amazing. Very cool. So there's a couple of samples for the World of Good suite. We are now on page 40 and 41, and I don't have anything to show you in person with this set, but oh my goodness, this is called Playful Pets, and how cute are these? We have the designer paper. We also have this stamp set and a die set that coordinates. These are just, I love these. We all love our pets, right? We love our cats and dogs, and they just make people happy. So they're really nice things to put on cards. Okay, we're going to make a pit stop on page 49 for no reason other than, oh my gosh, this set is adorable. It's called Hippo Happiness. We have a hippo, we have a lamb, we have a horse or unicorn, however you want to use it, and really cute greetings. When in doubt, be a unicorn. Hippo birthday. Hip hippo hooray. Fluttering by to say hi. Just really cute. Look, oh my gosh. Love these. Can't wait to get my hands on that. 53, I wanted to point this out. This coordinates with a die set we have already had, but I love it because all 3 of these tags are part of one die, and all 3 of these stamps are part of one stamp. So you can stamp all 3 of those, put that die on, crank it through your machine, and cut out all 3 of those at the same time. Same thing for these and these. And one other thing that's fun about this, I don't remember another set that we've ever had like this. Each one of these stamps in the set coordinates with another set in our catalog. So we have a zebra set that this coordinates with. We have a whale set that this coordinates with. So that's kind of fun. That's something new. Okay, another product suite, Ornate Garden. This one launched in May as a special release. So a lot of you have probably seen this, but these are beautiful, pretty floral prints, very detailed, delicate dies for cutting out die cuts, very pretty stamps. It has 2 stamp sets included. This is the one with some large greetings and some nice little dainty ones to go along, and then the flowers as well. So here is a card design that I made up a while back in a video. Just very pretty. Moving along. We have to get to some stamping here, so I'm going to have to stop yakking sometime. Page 81, I really like this. Is it called the postage stamp? Rectangular postage stamp punch is the name of it. But I love that punch. It's a cute stamp set that goes with it. But the punch especially, I think I'm going to use a ton. So I thought I'd point that out. Peony Garden. Here is one. We're on page 82. I guess I should tell you that. I have not gotten any of these in hand, so I don't have anything to share with you, but these are just really pretty soft colors, really pretty stamp set, and the dies that go with it. And as you can see, you can create these flowers that look 3D with those dies. So those look like they're going to be a lot of fun to play with. 91. We cannot pass up this set right here. Okay, nothing's better than. And so we have I'm gonna pair together some of these stamps and words and just make up some phrases that you could use on your card. So a day without coffee is like, I'm just kidding, I have no idea. Today's plan: consume cookies and be awesome. You're just like chocolate. You make everything better. Today is a cocktails kind of day because adulting is hard. And I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. So, okay, now that I've read the whole stamp set to you. So it has stamps. It also has coordinating die set. So you can cut out words, love you more than cookies. There's a bunch of words in it, and one for the cocktail, the little mug, and these as well, the cookie and the chocolates. Very cool set. The whales. This is page 94. And I love the colors here. Like, I just want to live in that. Can I live in the ocean? Can I live where everything is that pretty? These papers look amazing. This is another one I don't have my hands on yet, but these papers look amazing. Just everything in this set is so bright and cheerful. These are cards that would be great for kids, but honestly, I think they'd be great for anyone just because they're so pretty, and everybody likes the ocean and fish and whales, right? Here's the stamp set that goes with that one. Well done. You're kind of a big deal. Yep, well done. I am digging that. Page 100, I'm trying to highlight all of our product suites. This one is Playing with Patterns, and this is just kind of a bright, bold one that is completely different than anything we've seen so far. I love that this one comes with this die set with the letters. Oh, and I'm just noticing this for the first time. I can see here this die set comes with extra letters of some of the more used letters. So there's 2 A's. There's 2 I's, I believe. My old eyes are having a hard time. I think there's 2 E's, 2 R's, a couple of S's and T's. So really cute stamp set with the patterns and then the coordinating dies with all the letters. Okay, page 105, we cannot, obviously I have like a thing for animals here because we have to look at Way to Goat. We now have a stamp that says, "Happy birthday, you old goat." That is awesome, and I know who I'm going to use it for right now. Okay, page 108, Forever Greenery. This set is, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. We're going to make a very basic card here in a few minutes with this designer paper and also this stamp set. This is going to be a popular one, I can tell you right now. It is beautiful. Everybody loves ferns. Everybody loves those basic leaves. You could use these for cards for men, not just for women. And the colors in this paper are amazing. Okay, page 122. In Good Taste. This paper pack is beautiful. It's full of wood grain prints and tile and stone prints, along with some that look like some really beautiful old paintings. So very pretty paper. We'll flip over and I'll show you. Comes with a really nice stamp set. We're going to use this stamp set later on a project. And the die set that coordinates with this is really nice basic shapes. So you'll have to take a look at that. If you want to see the dies up close, because you don't get very good pictures here with product suites, take a look at it and it'll tell you which page to flip to see a bigger drawing of that or a bigger image. Page 130, Artistry Blooms. Here we have some really bright and bold patterns. I saw a demonstrator go through this whole product suite and make up a bunch of projects with this probably a couple weeks ago. I loved everything she made with it. I love the colors. I love the big floral prints. Here you can see the stamp set, and this is really fun because the die sets have these wavy banners and all of these greetings coordinate with that. So really cute set. And if you're thinking you have to color this all in, you do not. There are lots of ways to use this that you don't have to spend that time coloring. Okay, we are beginning the trip through the end of the catalog here. It's going to take a little bit, but I want to remind all of you, this is our reminder right here. Stamping we need to take a sip sometimes. Stamping is all about stamps, ink, and paper. We get all cut up with all the stuff, the dies and the punches and the whatever. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be all of that. The point of this is that we love to make cards and we love to share them with people. So don't get overwhelmed with all the stuff, especially if you're new to this, because you really can keep it simple and yeah, simple and easy. So I'm going to flip through here quickly. Page 142, you can see all of our colors, and here you can order your cardstock, your ink pads, your ink refills, and your blends markers. I don't think I have highlighted our new in colors yet, so I better do it right now. Here's some cards I made a week ago or sometime with our new colors. We have Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, and Misty Moonlight. And I just think these coordinate so well together. And a lot of times, I'll be honest, it takes me a while to start using the new in colors a lot. I just have to get used to having them as options. I'm already using these a bunch, so you will be seeing them a lot. Since we're talking about in colors, I'm going to bring these in because they are in the in colors, most of them. I forgot to show these to you when I had the Flowers for Every Season designer paper pack open. I use those paper packs and our ornate gold designer paper, specialty designer paper, something. They're all these gold overlays that you pop out. They're already pre-cut, punched. You pop them out and you can overlay them onto these other prints. You can lay them on plain cardstock, but I just thought those turned out really pretty. So those are mostly in colors. I'll show them to you as well. 144, we have cardstock, inks, pencils, storage here on 145. I love using that for my storage. Here we have specialty tools, and I want to point these out. We have mini ink spot. Wait, what are they called? Stampin' Spots. Stampin' Spots mini ink pads. If you want to get started with a collection of colors on a budget, you can get all of these for $24, which is a really great deal. And you can use your ink refills on them as well. So if they would run out of ink, you can spend $3 on an ink refill and refill them and keep using them. 148 and 9, you can see some of these amazing designer papers. More designer papers. Our trimmer. If you haven't taken a look at our trimmer or our scoring tool, we have some of the best tools. 152 and 3, we have specialty papers and packaging. Did you notice these right here? Rainbow glimmer paper. This is our like sparkle paper. The glimmer, this glitter does not come off. Keep that in mind if you're anti-glitter. This one is velveteen paper. I don't have either one of those to show you, but I will soon and we will play with them. Memories and More, if you want to do some quick cards with these products or some quick photo albums, Memories and More is really handy. Oh, we have to have bling for our projects. More bling. Here we have some tools on 159. The Take Your Pick tool is really handy. If you have never paid attention to it, I suggest that you take a look at that on 159. 160 and 61, we have ribbons. We are going to talk a little bit more about ribbons and embellishments and papers later. 162, adhesives. We have new adhesives. The snail has gone away. Say goodbye to the snail. And we have new adhesive. It's Stampin' Seal and Stampin' Seal Plus. Stampin' Seal is the standard adhesive. Seal Plus is stronger. They both fit in the same cartridge, so you can order a Stampin' Seal and then get a Stampin' Seal Plus refill, and they will go into the same cartridge. But I am hearing very good things about these. I will have my own in a few days to show you everything I know about them, play around with them, see what we can learn. But I wanted to mention that we also have foam adhesive strips. You can die cut stuff out of foam and put them on your projects. What else? I don't know. There's more new things here. Oh, the cling adhesive to turn your old clear mount stamps into cling so they stick to your blocks. Amazing! I know lots of you are going to be wanting that because nobody wants to struggle with getting them to stick to your blocks anymore. Okay, 164, we have the Stamparatus. Everybody loves the Stamparatus. If you don't have one, take a look at it. It's amazing. It makes stamping like a whole new experience. Starting on 168, we have our punch bundles. We move into this Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The big one and the mini. The big one, first of all, they're just beautiful. They're white, they're pretty. The big one folds up. I think the little one folds up too. This one fits like in a tiny bag. You could put this in your purse. So if you're traveling somewhere, you could stick that in your purse and go with you, and it wouldn't, it's not like lugging around a lead brick in your purse. I don't know what this one feels like. I don't have it in my hands yet, but this is something we have to look forward to. Coordinating pieces for the machines. Then we get into our die and stamp bundles. Then we get into just our dies. 184, we have embossing folders. And then I love our stamp set index. Love it back here. It starts on 189. And, oh, I flipped over a page. So 186 and 187 is about hosting. So I mentioned that in June we have extra hostess rewards. So you can invite people to your house and I can meet you there to craft, or we can do it virtually as well on Facebook. So when you earn your hostess rewards, which you can do by hosting a party, or you can do by placing an order that is at least $150, then you get hostess rewards to spend on anything you want. If you want to, you can spend your hostess credit on part of it on either the Summer Days stamp set or the Touched My Heart stamp set. These are exclusive for hosts. So if you ever place those large orders, make sure you're looking at these to see if you want them, because the only chance you have to get them is when you are placing a party-sized order of $150 or more. Join the creativity. If you would ever be interested in joining my team, I would love to talk to you about it. It is a great opportunity to get a discount on your products. I will talk about it more later. So we have the stamp index, and then we are wrapping up back here in the back. So I don't want to blind you with the light, but I take my catalogs to the office supply store and I get them spiral bound and covered in a clear protective sheet because they get a lot of use and I want to keep them protected. So thanks for walking through the catalog with me. I will be back shortly and we are going to start stamping. Hi everyone, this is Anna. I'm back. We are going to start stamping. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is part of my Facebook group live catalog kickoff party. But we are going to make this really pretty and simple card using the new Forever Greenery bundle of products in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. This is on pages 108 and 109. And the Forever Greenery suite includes some beautiful designer papers. It also includes some amazing gold die cuts we're not going to use on this project. It includes this amazing stamp set with the coordinating dies. And let's see, there's embossing folders and some pretty green hoops and some ribbon and trim that are included in this product suite. So we are going to make a very simple project here, and let's get started. So for this, we need a Just Jade card base. We need a piece of that designer paper that measures, hold on just one second, 4 inches by 5.5. We need 2 pieces of white cardstock. One measures 2.5 by 3 3/4. One measures 1 inch by 3 1/4. So we'll do our stamping on these 2 pieces. I am using Pretty Peacock ink. I love this color. It coordinates with this product suite. So I'm going to ink up my stamp real good. And we are going to stamp 3 times without re-inking to get that faded effect. I thought that looked really nice. Stamp once. Stamp twice, stamp 3 times. I love that fading. And now I have the stamp that says Love and Laughter Forever After. Really like the fonts on this set. And there we have that. Now we are just going to stick this together really fast. When I was looking at projects to make for tonight, I was debating what to make and how complicated to make my projects. And I had already made my other 2 and I was looking for something simple to make. And when I realized I hadn't used anything from this product suite yet, and it was perfect because I pulled it out and thought, well, this is perfect to do a really simple card with because it's so beautiful by itself. You don't really need to do a lot with it. So put that on, and I am going to put some dimensionals on the back of this piece to pop it up. And I decided to put it on over this way. I debated for a little while where I should put that, but that's where I decided. And then, since it seems like maybe a wedding or an anniversary card, I decided some pearls would be nice. This one, I put them all over here. On this one, I am going to spread them around a little bit. So there you go, a really quick and simple project with the Forever Fern stamp set and that beautiful designer paper. So thanks for joining in. I will be back soon with another project. Hi everyone, I'm back. This video is going to be pretty quick. I am going to highlight two products or two offers that I have just for my customers. And the first one we're going to talk about is product shares. So I don't know about you, but I know when I see all of these pretty new papers and ribbons and embellishments, all the new fun stuff, I want all of it. And at this point, I am able to get all of it. But I know for most people who are stamping at home that purchasing all of it isn't always an option. Usually is not an option. So I do product shares where I purchase all of the papers, all of the ribbons, and all of the embellishments, and then I split them up into smaller quantities and repackage them so that I can sell them to you at a reasonable price. So I wanted to mention what these are, what you get, and the cost of them. All of the information is on my website right now, scrappingstampingandstuff.com. On the home page, if you go there, it's right, I believe, in the center at the top. So the paper shares. I do a 6x6 paper share and a 12x12 paper share. So my 6x6 paper share, you will get a 6" by 6" piece of every new designer paper. These are on pages 148 and 149 of the catalog. We also have pages 150. The designer paper share does not include these ones at the bottom. I'll talk about them in a minute. It includes the rest of these. So you would get 84 sheets of 6x6" paper. Keep in mind they're double-sided, so you always have one print on one side, one on the other. So technically you would have 168 different prints to choose from on your 84 sheets. That is only $22. For $22, you can try all of the new papers. It's nice for a few reasons. One, you get to see it in person. You can't appreciate this stuff until you see it in person. You can also, you get to see it in person, and then you can choose your favorites and order the full packs of those. So that's the 6x6 share. The 12x12 paper share, you get one full sheet of all of the packs that come in 12x12" measurements. So most of these are 12x12. However, this pack is 6x6, so you would not get any of that pack. Let's see. This pack is 6x6. You did not get any of that. Is there another one? This one, right? Yeah, this one is 6x6. You don't get that one either. So you would get one of each print in this set, this set, this set, this set, this set, the cats and dogs, and the World of Good. So it's 48 sheets. That is $48. Let's talk about the monochromatic paper share. This one, you get a 6x6" print of each of our colors. It does not include our new in colors. I am planning something, a color club, where you can get all 5 colors and all of the things that go with the 5 colors over the course of 5 months, so you can kind of spread out that cost. So the new in colors don't count, but the other 45 colors, you get a 6x6" designer paper print for each color. That only costs $15. Now let's look at embellishments. My embellishment share, you get samples of 11 different embellishments. They're the new ones. So look for the ones with the little red N beside them. It's 11 different ones that come included. Some of them you get half of a pack of the embellishment. Some of the embellishments I split in 3 or 4 or 5 parts before I send them out to you. It just depends on how big they are and how easily they divide. I will mention a couple of these are on back order, so I will substitute something appropriate in its place rather than wait a month or more to get all your stuff out to you. So the hoops are on back order, they will not be included. The butterfly gems are included. These antique corners are on back order. The playing with resin dots are included. Elegant faceted gems are included. Gilded gems are included. And almost this whole page. These jar shaker domes, those are not included. I'm not using those in my embellishment share. So you can get 11 samples of 11 of these new embellishments for $27. And once again, in color embellishments not included. They're going to be part of my in color club. Flip one more page. We are on page 160 now. Ribbons. Look at all the ribbons with that red end beside them, the new ones. My ribbon share will include 16 different ribbons, 2 yards or more than 2 yards of each of them for $27. So this is just a really good way to get a whole big variety of these new things without having to spend hundreds of dollars buying all of them. So I think that is all for the product shares. If you're interested in product shares, I'm going to cut off the ordering for those on Friday of this week, which is probably June 5th, if I'm guessing without looking at a calendar. So keep that in mind. If you're interested, please contact me. While we're here, I wanted to mention my stamp camp. And these are in-person events for anyone close to my old home in Ohio or my new home in Indiana. I have stamp camps coming up in June. Here, one of them's next weekend. The other one is the week after that. But at stamp camp, we make 16 projects. So you leave with 16 projects. Each one is made with a different stamp set. So you're going to leave with samples from 16 different stamp sets that you probably would not have purchased all by yourself, I'm guessing. And also about $25 in new products. Some of the new papers, some of the new embellishments, and also a ribbon trim pack. And I do all of this for a cost of $55. So you really get a lot of new products, a lot of new samples, and we do all of these in about 4 hours. I have everything cut and ready for you to stamp on and assemble it together, so it goes pretty fast. So if you're interested in stamp camp, I also need signups for that as soon as possible because I need to get everything ordered and make sure I have it for you that day. So thanks for listening about product shares and stamp camp. I would love to hear from you if you're interested, and I will be back shortly with something else. Hi everyone, I'm back. We're going to make a project here, and this one is going to feature the Birds and Branches stamp set. This is on page 120 in your catalog. So here you can see the nest. You get a bird that faces each direction. They're a little bit different, so they're not a mirror image. That's nice. You get 2 different birds here with the background image, so you can stamp one color for the whole bird, another color for kind of the highlights, the wing. We have feet, we have branches, leaves, flowers, heart, eggs. There's all sorts of things here that you can use on these cards. There is a coordinating die set, but for this card tonight, we are not going to use that. I wanted to show you how to use this set in a way that you can make it pretty simply and easily without those dies, but still make it look like a little scene with things in front of and behind other things. So let me show you what we need. We need a pretty peacock card base, and we need a piece of white cardstock that measures 2.5 by 4, a piece of crumb cake that we will mat behind the white, 2 3/4 inches by 4 1/4. And then this is some of our new trim. The name of this pack has left me right now. I think this is our Just Jade color, but I thought it blended nicely with the peacock and the pool party that we're going to use here. So we will be using that. So the first thing I want to stamp onto this card is that nest. I want to get it right in the middle where I want it. Or I guess it's not in the middle, but I want to get it where I want it. So I'm using crumb cake here, and I'm going to put it over towards the left and towards the bottom, right about there. Now the next thing I want to add in, next things are the branches. So here is the branch stamp I am going to use, and I want to make it look like the branches are behind the nest. So how I'm going to do that is I am going to ink just a part of this stamp. Then on that part where that ink starts, that's the part that is going to come out from behind the nest right here. So I'm going to do that once. This time I'll ink just a touch farther down, and I want to put that one down here. Now I'm going to clean off my stamp very quickly with my chamois, my absolute favorite stamp cleaning tool. It just sucks the ink right off of that stamp. And now I want to ink the base of the branch, and I'm going to put some of them over here sticking out on this side. So I'll ink this end of it and have that going into the nest over on this side, and I'm going to clean that off, ink it back a little bit farther where it is wider, and have that going in as well. So there you can see our nest sitting on some branches. Now let's add some leaves. This is Granny Apple Green, such a fun bright color. And I missed getting some of that inked. Okay, so we'll line this up, we'll stamp there. I'll line it up with this other branch, stamp there. And I wanted a few leaves back here on this side too, so it doesn't really line up, but I'm just going to stamp a few there as well. So as you can see, our little scene is coming together. Next, let's do that bird. And I used Pool Party for the entire bird. So I will ink that entire thing on the Pool Party and set the little birdie in here right on top of that nest. Now I am going to use, what do I have here? Smoky Slate for the other bird stamp that overlays on that. So try and get this guy lined up. I have a feeling I'm going to fail right now. There we go. Not a fail, not bad. So there's the bird on top, and I want to stamp its little wing with Pretty Peacock. So here's the wing, we'll ink it up and lay it right on there. Stamp. I thought that looked pretty with the Pool Party. Now I want to add a little, oh, I have flying markers. Add a little eyeball with my Pretty Peacock marker. I wanted to color in the beak with my pumpkin pie. And if I wanted to, oh no, I forgot the eggs. I almost forgot the eggs. I was ready to move on into the embossing. We cannot forget the eggs. Mama bird has no purpose in life if she's just sitting there on an empty nest. Okay, so on these eggs, the first one, I'm going to keep this over here so that the two eggs on the right are not getting any ink at all. That's important, because if you get ink on those eggs and then you stamp, it is going to end up on your card, whether you like it or not. So I want a little bit more. Okay, so I inked just the top half of that egg, and I'm going to stamp it right here. And then I'm going to do that again. I'm going to turn the egg sideways a little, and now the ink line is kind of at an angle. And I'm going to stick this one there, sticking out of the nest a little more so he pops up some. All right, I think our scene is built now. And if you wanted to, you could use this card just like that. So I wanted to show that because a lot of times we get caught thinking like, well, how am I going to use this set if I don't have those dies? And this is an easy way to do that, to make it look layered without cutting all those pieces out. So if you want, you can finish it just like that. I am going to show you how to do the embossing here. This is my absolute favorite new embossing folder. I don't have the name in front of me. I think it is called Timeless. Oh, the name left me. Somebody down is going to comment, I think, and is it it's textiles, something textiles. So I am going to put this inside of my Timeless Textiles embossing folder. I cannot wait for our new machine to come here soon. So we'll open this up. It's nice and stuck in there, and it has that pretty texture. So now I'm going to say what I said again. You could use it just like this, or you can go one step further. I had done this on, I forgot to show these earlier. So this is a card I made with our new Blossoms in Bloom set, 2 cards that I made. I have a video on this. This is my most watched video of recent history. But you can see the difference between this card that I did not emboss, but I sponged around the edges with crumb cake, and this one that I embossed with this embossing folder and then sponged the edges with crumb cake. And I just think that is an amazing effect. So we're going to copycat it and get some crumb cake ink on a sponge and just lightly with a circular motion go around the edges. My child was critiquing me and my sponging earlier. She says, that one's lighter in the middle than the other one. So hopefully you don't have any sassy 6-year-olds around to critique your sponging, because nobody needs that, right? Okay, so we just added some crumb cake lightly around the edges. I really like how that looks. Of course, you could do it a little bit more simply if you want to. Now, I'll bring the sample back in. You can see this ribbon wraps around behind these pieces. So I have a strip of that ribbon here, and the way I am going to put this on is maybe different than some of you. What I'm going to stick one end onto a glue dot. Actually, I'm going to stick both ends onto glue dots. We'll pick up one on each end. And I am going to stick that on right here, wrap it around, bring it back, and stick it out. Try and make that level. Now, you say, well, there's a bow there. Yes, there is a bow there. And this is kind of a handy way to make it, to get a nice looking bow if you don't feel real comfortable tying those bows while you're trying to hold this whole ribbon steady and not let anything move and all that. So I have this piece on. I will go ahead and attach the crumb cake on top. I am going to slather that thing with the snail. Our new adhesive is supposed to be awesomer. I can't wait. Supposed to be stronger than the snail. The snail does not always hold in tough situations. So, okay. So there's our bird, the focal point of this whole thing. Now I already have this bow tied. Stick it onto one last glue dot. Attach it right here. I also like this because it can cover up some of this, and you can get it exactly where you want. Now this Thanks a Bunch stamp is from our Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. I am going to ink it with the Peacock ink and stamp it right here. All right, so there is our finished card using the Birds and Branches stamp set and this new textiles embossing folder that's so pretty. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining in, and I'll be back soon. Hi everyone, this is Anna. I'm back with another project. This is a partially completed one here. We're going to finish this while we're together here. But it features the new Tasteful Touches stamp set. And I really like this one. I like sets that have nice assorted greetings and kind of assorted images. So this one with this branch and this little kind of background texture image, the feather and the flower, you can make a lot of different things here. Oh, and I forgot this one. You could do a lot of things with these stamps. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you. First, we're going to do the stamping on here, all with the black, and then we're going to do a little bit with stamps, with the blends markers, I mean. All right, so I have my Memento black ink pad, and I will grab this pretty flower from that set. And actually the first thing we want to do, we're going to do some masking on this card. So I'm sure a lot of you have done masking before. If you haven't, we'll do a quick introduction here. These are 2 post-it notes. The adhesive is at the top, and actually I'm going to turn it so now my adhesive is at the side. I am going to stamp this over here as close to the side as I can so that it's on top of some of that adhesive. And once I have it stamped, I'm going to cut that out. Now, if you don't like fussy cutting, you don't have to do this technique. Nobody's going to force you. But I will tell you this. It doesn't take long to cut out. You can do both. You do both layers at one time, pull them apart, and you have 2 flower masks that you can use forever and ever with this stamp set. So let me show you how to use them. Wherever you want your flower that looks like it is the very top one closest to you, that's the one you're going to do first. So in mine, it's right about here. Now, once you have that stamped, you may want to let it dry for a second, but once you have that stamped, you're going to cover it up with one of these masks. And then you're going to kind of work your way back in your bouquet. Which one do you want next? I believe I did this one next, so I'm going to do that right over here. We'll add that one on. Now I want to cover that one up, and I'm going to stamp this one right here. And now, those are all of my darkest ones. Now, I wanted the other ones to be faded, kind of like looking like they're fading into the background. So, from here on, where do I want to do this first? It doesn't really matter what order I do these in, but from here on out, I am going to ink my stamp it off on some scrap paper, and then stamp the second time so that it's faded on here. So we'll ink it, stamp off, and now stamp one down here so we get that faded effect. We'll do another one right over here. Stamp off. Oh, I need to cover up. Do over. I need to cover this one up. Okay, so I'll do this again. Ink, stamp, stamp. Now I want one right up here on top. Now keep in mind, your bouquet could be much smaller than this. You don't have to make it this elaborate, but my projects that I'm making tonight, I was doing kind of a real simple one, a mid-level one, and now this one is for you avid stampers out there who love all the things and all the tricks and all the fun. So stamp off, stamp over here. I did try to rotate that flower different ways, different times I stamp, just to make it look a little different so it's not facing the same way every time. Okay, so there's the bouquet. Now I wanted to add in the branches and the feathers. I started by just adding branches down at the bottom, and then I decided it would be fun to add some feathers in as well. So I did all of these full strength. I did not do any stamping off. So we'll stamp one branch, stamp another branch down here, and then I added in 2 feathers. 1 feather, 2 feathers. We'll move our masks over here. These masks are getting a lot of use. You may want to try, you can get Post-it notes that are super sticky. Those may be good ones, or you can also get ones where the whole sheet is adhesive. I have some of those here somewhere. I need to dig them out, but that might be a good idea if you think you'll use these a whole bunch, to use one of those types, and that way you can get a lot of use out of them and they wouldn't lose their sticky. Okay, and then I wanted just a teeny branch sticking out up at the top. I am going to clean my stamp off real fast. And I'm only going to ink up the very top portion. And we'll stick that out up here. Oh, how do I want that? I don't know. How about right there? Maybe one more little one. All right, so let's take this off, get all of these things out of the way. And you can see that amazing bouquet right there. So I did not think that you wanted to watch me color flowers for like the next hour. Just kidding, it didn't take an hour, but I figured it would be good if I could do some of the coloring ahead of time. So we are going to finish this one up. After we do this coloring, we will add a greeting and some little embellishments on top and call it a day. So the feathers, these are my Blends markers. If you have not seen these before, I'm going to talk while I'm coloring. These are alcohol markers, and they're amazing because they blend so nicely. You can use any of our colors. You can use different shades of green, or you can use shades of green with shades of yellow with shades of pink if you really want to. You can use any of the different shades and they will blend. It's really neat the effects that you can get with these markers. So I added crumb cake on the feathers. I added our old olive colors on the leaves. These blends do come in sets of 2, so you get a dark and a light color with each set. Here is, I want to start with a different one. I wanted the centers of the flowers to be a little bit darker, so I started with the pumpkin pie at the bottom. Maybe a little hard to tell, but pumpkin pie at the bottom. And then as you add your lighter colors, you want to kind of swirl it into those darker colors and blend them. Now I'll add this light Daffodil Delight all the way at the top. Blend that a little bit. Now let's talk about these flowers. So on the blues, I used Night of Navy markers and Pool Party. On the pinks, I used Calypso Coral and Blushing Bride, and I believe also some of the Pumpkin Pie. So let's do this blue one first. We are going to do this one in dark blue and this one in light blue. And keep in mind I did all the same things with the pinks, the Calypso Coral, the Pumpkin Pie, and the Blushing Bride. So I like to start with my deepest color. I'm sure there's going to be some of you out there watching me who think like, man, this lady has no idea what she's talking about, and that's okay because I don't. But I'm just going to show you how I do my blending. And I haven't really watched videos. This is just what I have figured out and the way I like to do it. So that's all I know. So I start with my darkest and I put it on where you can see where the shade lines are on the stamp. But I usually like to think about it as like where in that flower is the deepest part. Where is in the shadows? Where is down at the bottom? This is definitely not perfect by any means. But that's just sort of what I keep in mind when I'm doing this. So bring it up out of some of those deeper petals. And this is pretty dark. This did turn out darker than I intended it to, but hey, it's kind of like an experiment. So now this is the dark Pool Party, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of these with that dark Pool Party. I am coloring over the darker colors. And if you look right now, and you're thinking like, that is not blending at all. Well, you're right. It doesn't blend at first. So my, if you want to, you never know what's happening up here at my craft table because you can only see part of the story. My table is in front of a window, and my husband just walked up to the window and stuck his tongue out at me. He's being goofy out there. Okay, so I told you to color over the whole thing, that dark too. And at first, it looks like a solid dark line meets the solid light line. It doesn't blend. Let it sit for a moment. Go back over it. And it's like a small miracle before your eyes. And it blends. So I have one petal here that I missed with a darker color. I'll add in a little bit there. You were looking at it, I'm sure, like, oh my gosh, you missed that petal. That card is terrible. Or something like that. Okay, so there you can see that. Now I'm looking at the color differences here, and on this one I use the dark Pool Party for the tips. I'm thinking on this other one I may have used that light Pool Party because it's a little bit different, but I like the color variation in the flowers. Now let's do this light one. I'm getting rid of my dark Night of Navy because I don't want anything to do with that on this flower that I want to be a little bit faded. So I am just going to do a little bit on this one. I don't want to come out real far because I want this one to be a lot lighter than those other ones. So right now I'm looking at this like I have no idea where to put these colors. So if you are ever in that situation, you're not alone. Just pick a spot and just go with it. And usually it turns out nice. There is no perfection in this. Okay, so here I don't have much blending going on, so I colored over that darker and let it sit a moment. Now I'm going back. A couple of tips on the blends. One is be careful about coloring right up to the edge of your image. They can bleed, so you want to get a feel for it. Sometimes on my projects I'll purposely stay in from the edge. It just kind of depends, but you get a feel for it after you practice with them some. Another one, you don't want to scrub. You don't want to push too hard on the tips and scrub. You can damage them, and you do not want to do that. Now I'm going to fill in the rest. This is my light pool party marker. So we'll just fill in the rest. I am going to go over all of the entirety of the petals here and try to get that to blend a little bit better. So there you go. There is our bouquet. So I'd be interested in knowing what colors you think would look nice on this. This didn't... Okay, I like to share these things with you because sometimes I get the idea that people think that demonstrators like me just like, we like know exactly what we're doing and things always turn out great. Well, this did not turn out the way I had envisioned in my head. I like it, but it's definitely not what I thought it was going to be. So if you ever have those moments, you're not alone. It's okay. But I still like it. You know, now that I'm looking at this, I almost think, what do you think about the black and white one? I almost think I like that just how it is. You know, add a little greeting and some ribbon or something. That thought just occurred to me right now, so I thought I would share. Now let's finish this baby off. So we are going to use a punch. I mentioned this punch earlier. If you're watching on YouTube, this video is part of my new catalog kickoff. Big event on the night of the new catalog release. So I mentioned this earlier. The lovely labels pick a punch. So here it is, and I'm going to show you how to use it. This is on page 169 of the catalog. I think you can also see it on page 22. And so I have stamped these. They measure, this one measures 3/4 of an inch by 3.5. That is petal pink cardstock. This is some of our gold foil paper. It measures 1 inch by 4. So I already stamped that greeting. That is from this Tasteful Touches set. And I'm going to show you how to use this punch. So you can put pieces of paper into this punch that measure 1/2 inch. This one's 3/4 of an inch or 1 inch. So just for fun, I'm going to put these both in at the same time, I guess. So it also has the 2 ends. This is my piece that's going to lay on top. So I want it to have this slightly smaller, more decorative end. And I want this one to have that wider one. So we'll put both of those in there. Oh, I have to open it up and push these back in farther. Punch. There, you can see those decorative ends. Now let's flip it around. Do the same thing again. And we have some cute tags to put on this card. I made a bow with one of our new ribbons. And I have some of our gilded gems from the Ornate Garden products. So now I just have to decide how I want to attach this together. I think I will attach this gold piece directly onto the card. Somewhere right about here, I think. Maybe there. I do want to pop this piece up. So I'll put a couple of dimensionals on it. Oh, wow, that is crooked. I have been stamping for too long this evening. It is getting crazy. I can't even put papers on cards straight anymore. Okay, I want to use a glue dot to attach this bow. Somewhere that I can still see the greeting, of course. And our gilded gems are really pretty, so I thought I would add a couple of them. Put one here. and one here. So, all right, I think we are done. So there's a neat card with some of our blends markers, the Tasteful Touches stamp set, and some masking and stamping off. So we have a few different techniques mixed in here to make a really pretty card. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back again soon. Hi everyone, this is Anna with Scrapping, Stamping, and Stuff. I'm back. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for those of you who do not know that, and it looks like I like to wiggle in my chair. Squirrel moment. So if you're joining in live, you're in my catalog kickoff party here in my Facebook group, and we've been looking at a lot of these new Stampin' Up! Products. So a lot of you probably have a really big wish list of new products you want to purchase, new stamps, tools, die sets, embellishments, all of the things. And it's kind of a problem because a lot of times you want more things than you can purchase on your stamping budget. I hear you, sister. I get it. Because you know why I do what I do? Because I love the stuff and I don't want to pay full price for it. So that's why I signed up originally. As time went on, things kind of evolved and I started doing more classes and wanting to do more with it. But the biggest reason most people sign up as demonstrators is just to get a discount on their own products. So let's talk about it. Right now in June, Stampin' Up! Has a special offer for signing up. Signing up is always a good offer. And the reason I think our starter kit is better than a lot of the companies out there is because you get to pick exactly what comes in your starter kit. So let me explain the regular starter kit offer. This is available all the time. So the starter kit costs $99. You get to choose $125 in products of anything that you want in the catalog. So if you have a lot of stamp sets, but you want ink colors or cardstock or designer papers or other things, you pick what you want. So you choose $125 worth of products. You only pay $99, so you're already saving $26. You get free shipping. That's another $12.50 savings. You will get a paper pumpkin kit from Stampin' Up! You get new catalogs. You get an assortment of goodies and fun stuff, all for your $99. So it's a really good offer. Right now, during June, Stampin' Up! Is kicking the offer up a notch, and this is a good offer. This is a fantastic offer. In addition to the regular offer, you get to choose any bundle set in the catalog absolutely free. So if you like our new Celebrate Sunflowers set, I think that's one of the more expensive ones, add it on for free. If you like the ones with dogs and cats, or the Forever Greenery, the fern ones, pick the one that you love. If you don't have a die cutting machine, pick one of the ones with a punch. You can pick a stamp set and punch bundle as well. Add that on for completely free. So this is a really good sign up offer to get a lot of those products on your wish list on a budget. So then a lot of people know, like what happens after you sign up? Because a lot of people are afraid of what happens afterwards. What am I going to be expected to do? Do I have to teach classes? Do I have to sell products? I don't want to sell products. I get it, and you don't have to. Most of the demonstrators on my team, at least when they started, they just did it for themselves. They're hobby demonstrators. Stampin' Up! Welcomes hobby demonstrators who sign up and purchase their own products at a discount and don't really do much else. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So once you sign up, you can order all your supplies at a discount. I had a demonstrator sign up on my team not too long ago. She signed up, she got that starter kit. She placed a big order right away. She wanted a bunch of stuff and she wanted it at a discount. So she signed up, got the great deal, ordered some more at her discount. So that's basically how it works. If you want to continue ordering as a demonstrator, you can and keep getting that discount. Let's say you don't order for a while, you go inactive. There's there's no commitment. Nobody comes and smacks your hand. Nobody comes and takes your starter kit away from you. Nobody stops talking to you or unfriends you. If that happens, you can go back to being a regular customer. And if the time is right at another time, you can sign back up if you want to. I've had a few demonstrators on my team who've done that. They come and go as life changes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So I know this is something that can be scary to people when they don't really know a lot about it, but it's a really great opportunity to save on your stamping supplies and get some more of the things that you love. So if you're interested in this and you have questions, let me know. I will post a link with some more information and how to sign up, and I would love to welcome you onto my team if this is something that interests you. Thanks, everyone. Hey, everyone, I'm back. It is time to wrap this party up. I don't know about you, but I'm pooped. I've had a lot of stamping fun tonight. I'm glad you joined in with me, but it is time to wrap this party up. So you probably have a wish list, so you can decide what you would like to do with that. Remember, I posted back in the party post number 1, I posted the ordering link. I also posted the host code for this evening. So if you'd like to order, you can use that link, use that host code only if your order is under $150. Remember, if that is the case, I will be sending you some gifts as your portion of the hostess credit that is earned tonight. If your order is over $150, you can still use my ordering link. Don't use that hostess code because you will earn those party rewards. If you get to a $250 order, you're going to get $25 bonus credit on top of the regular credit because of this month's special offer. But if you're wanting to order that much stuff, definitely consider the sign-up offer to become a demonstrator so you can order your products at a discount. I talked about this in my last video, so if you mention it, make sure you go and check it out because it's a really good offer. You get to order at a discount. I got a question if signing up as a demonstrator is a better discount than hostess rewards. The answer is yes, it is. And as a demonstrator, you still get to earn hostess rewards. So anytime you place an order over $150, you get to keep those hostess rewards unless you owe them to somebody else who has hosted a class for you. So you get to decide what you want to do with that wish list. There are lots of fun things to order. I really encourage you to order soon because of COVID. Our supplies on certain things are limited. There are certain things that have not come into stock yet. Some of the embellishments and ribbons are low on stock or not in yet. So I really encourage you to order as soon as possible to get the things that you love. Once things go out of stock, if you have followed along, you know that sometimes it takes a while for them to come back. Our inks, I want to mention this. If you get frustrated with inks being low on stock or not available, keep in mind the company that manufactures our ink is manufacturing medical supplies at the moment. So that is taking priority over our ink. I can't imagine why. I don't know. I just don't get it. But so anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that. Total joke, by the way. Stamping is very important, however. Yeah, we take this business seriously, right? So let's see. I'm looking at my list. What have I forgotten? I think, oh, you still have some chances to enter for my giveaways. I'm going to post the winners tomorrow morning for the giveaways. Make sure you've posted a picture of you with your wish list and comment on everything that's been happening tonight. Each time you comment, you will get an entry to win. So I'll share the winners tomorrow morning. And this is all for tonight. You have until noon tomorrow to order using that special host code. I always have a host code posted on my website, scrappingstampingandstuff.com. But that one is a special one just through noon on Thursday, June 4th at noon Eastern Standard Time. I think I got it all in there. So there is lots more to come. This is day 1 of this new catalog. We get to see and use and play with these things for the next year. And I have a lot more in store, so I hope you'll follow along. in my Facebook group, on my blog, on YouTube, and all the places I share the things. So thanks for joining in. You all are what makes this fun. It is not fun if I just like do this and no one responds. Not fun at all. So thank you for joining in. I've enjoyed being with you tonight, and I hope you have a great night.